grad scheme's quite structured in some ways, so you get a home department, and that is usually dependent on either your degree or what you want to do. So for me that was IT, and you spend your first few weeks in that department, you know, meeting the team, learning what they're about, the strategy of that team. Straight away everyone in every team that I've been in and everyone that I've met really has been really welcoming. The graduate scheme's not a new thing, it's established, so everyone kind of knows what it's about and what the crack is, so people are really welcoming and let you get on with your stuff. At the same time, you get given projects for each rotation, and for each of those projects you get a lead and a mentor, and then obviously on top of that you have your home department, line manager and the P&C team as well, so there's absolutely loads of support for pretty much absolutely everything that you can do and anything that you might need. You realise that everyone's pulling in the same direction, not only for the company's culture and for their own personal goals, but it quite literally financially benefits them and the company at the same time, because at the end of the day, the company is ours. The better the company performs, the better we're rewarded, and I really think that that helps with not only the motivation, but the culture as well. If someone is lagging behind or struggling, people will go out of the way to support them with, you know, the larger goal in mind, and I think that's reflective of the fact that we are employee owned. This company is so dynamic and diverse and it's growing so rapidly, it's hard to tell you. I could tell you that I'll definitely be here in 5 years, I can't see myself going anywhere else, and I feel like I'll definitely be rewarded for being here for that time and that I've got the skills to be able to go there. I really like where I am at the minute, and I feel that I have got really good career progression steps out before me. But in terms of something specific, it could be whatever, hovercraft maker for all I know.
Day to day as a graduate, so you go around each department and obviously you're given the right amount of training, but at the same time you're kind of given responsibility to take on your own project. There's a real open desk culture, so you can basically walk up to anybody's desk and ask for any help that you need, any support, which is good because you've got the trust is there for you to run that project on your own, but at the same time the support's also not too far away if you do need that. So obviously the product management role means taking a product from the beginning of the idea all the way through to a launch and then managing it through its product life cycle. So that obviously within that period gives you quite a good opportunity to get out there, speak to customers, speak to them face to face and get their feedback as you're going through the product development stage. Involved in that is obviously quite a lot of travelling, so you're having to get out there on site, speak to customers face to face, ask their opinions on the product and where we can make improvements. I suppose the best example of that is recently we did a week's trip to Canada to visit Curl Lake, which is an oil and gas site in northern Canada. Something which is great about basically launching a product from the very start of its idea all the way through, and then obviously once you get to that launch stage, you're getting it out there and you're seeing those sales come in. I think the main thing in terms of the next 5 years from my perspective is that we've just launched a new market called utilities, which obviously I'm the product manager for. I think there's enough opportunity there to basically put some resource behind that, and I think from my point of view it would be great to be able to manage that team and really sort of capitalise on that opportunity.
So I started the grad scheme with an operational focus, so I reported to the operations director. We sort of identified that there was an opportunity in our ideas and innovation department for a project manager to help how can operations deliver new products more effectively. And then I've just recently become the sustainability manager, still reporting to the head of supply chain, but quite a different role and lots of projects in lots of different areas. I had 2 job offers actually from 2 different firms, Gripple was one. So it was quite a decision that I had to make between the 2 of them, and I felt that Gripple ultimately cared more about me as an individual, and their graduate programme, they're quite willing to tailor depending on what your experience wants to be or should be to ultimately get you into the management or leadership role that they think you can fulfil, and that's what really attracted me to Gripple. Ultimately, the support I got was that you could ask any question. Like, no one thought that because I was a graduate that I just knew everything, and that if I asked a question it would be, you know, stupid to ask. You know, I could ask anyone anything and they would always take the time to answer it and explain, and I felt that that really gave me the opportunity to learn Gripple as opposed to just learning academic work. It's unique, you know, I find it hard sometimes to explain what it's like at Gripple to my friends because you can't really compare it to any other business that I've had experience of. we all work together towards common goals, but equally we're all confident enough to challenge one another if we don't think the direction we're taking is right. I've obviously got, a role progression. I would like to be head of sustainability for Gripple UK, but also Gripple globally, and I would like to be a member on the Gripple and the Glide board, ultimately helping sort of steer the business in the right direction for the younger generation, which I think I'm still a member of.